Okay, so for today's English on the go, who do we have?
We have Eden from the USA.
네, 이든 씨에게 이야기를 들어보는 시간인데요. 이든 씨가 또 흥미로운 사실에 대해서 이야기를 하면서 우주에 관련된 이야기를 해줍니다. 그리고 우주 비행사에 대해서.
That's very exciting. So let's call her right on out. Eden 씨, 나와주세요.
One interesting fact about me is that I am an honorary astronaut. Growing up, I was really interested in science and especially space. I was raised in Florida, and with most space missions launching out of Titusville, Florida, I was able to watch rocket launches in my backyard. My dad would take me up on the roof, and I was so fascinated to see the rockets blasting off into space that during the summer between 5th and 6th grade, I asked my parents to let me go to space camp. It was kind of hard at first because it was the first time I had ever been away from my parents. But I had so much fun learning how to pilot a spaceship, and I went on mini versions of missions that real astronauts go on. The program lasted for a week, and at the end, there was a graduation ceremony where they gave us real astronaut jumpsuits and honorary wings. The funny thing is, I stopped growing in 6th grade, so that jumpsuit, I still have it, and it still fits.
마지막이 재밌어요.
Yeah, that was really interesting. That's so cool
네.
that you grew up in Titusville, Florida. I went to university over there.
I see. You went to university there.
In that area, yeah.
아, 그러면 타이러스필이라고 방금 지명이 나왔는데 거기서 멀진 않았던 거예요?
Orlando and Titusville is just right down this one road, like 20 minutes.
20 minutes? 그럼 정말 가깝네요. 옆 도시라고 볼 수도 있겠는데 자, 그러면 이든 씨가 어떤 이야기를 해줬는지 한 줄 한 줄 같이 볼까요?
Okay, sounds good. So the first sentence is, one interesting fact about me is that I am an honorary astronaut. One interesting fact about me is that I'm an honorary astronaut.
네, 본론으로 바로 들어갔어요. She cut to the chase.
Right away,
Yeah,
she
right
told
away.
us.
Yes, straight to the chase. 자, 그러면 저에 대한 흥미로운 사실 하나는 that I am an honorary astronaut. 네, 명예 우주비행사라는 건데요. honorary는 뭔지 아시겠죠, 여러분? 명예. Because honor is 명예, and
Right.
honorary is the adjective form.
That's true. All right.
네, 좋아요. 넘어가 볼까요?
Growing up, I was really interested in science and especially space. Growing up, I was really interested in science and especially space.
네, growing up, 뭐 자라면서라는 말이죠. 이게 잘못 쓰여서 growing up, my father, he told me. 내가 자라는 시기에 우리 아빠가 뭐라고 말했다. 이 주어가 다른 거는 틀린 경우라고 저희가 소개한 적이 있어요, 몇 번. 실제로 구어체에서 원어민들도 자신도 모르게 하는 실수죠. 그렇지만 여기에서는 맞습니다. 네, no grammar errors here.
Right, because you were the one growing up, right?
네, 그래서 제가 자라면서 while I was growing up, I was really interested in science and especially space. 저랑 똑같네요. 저도 정말 그 과학에 관심이 많았었는데 I was really interested. 사이언스하고 스페이스만 이해하시면 되겠죠? 과학에 그리고 특히 우주에 관심이 많았다고 하는 문장이었습니다.
Okay, so let's move on to the next one. Let's take a look at the clip.
I was raised in Florida, and with most space missions launching out of Titusville, Florida. I was raised in Florida, and with most space missions launching out of Titusville, Florida.
Okay, so maybe there's two parts we're going to look at. Let's take a look at the sentence, and I'll read it for you. I was raised in Florida, and with most space missions launching out of Titusville, Florida.
네, 이렇게 이야기를 했는데요. I was raised in Florida. 이 부분 조금 놓치기 쉬웠던 것 같아요. 네, I was raised in.
Raised in.
네,
Like a raisin?
Raisin, 건포도 아니고요. I was raised in 이렇게 연음이 됐었고.
Raised in Florida?
네, 저는 플로리다에서 자랐는데 and with는 뭐뭐와 함께라는 말이지만 뒤에 어떤 주어가 나오고 ing가 나오게 되면요. 또는 뭐 그 과거분사도 괜찮은데 아무튼 어떤 분사 형태가 나오게 되면은 with Megan sitting here 이렇게 말하면 Because Megan
Megan
is
is sitting
here.
here, right.
원인을 나타내는 경우가 많아요.
Right. So we do that a lot. So for example, I'm in Korea right now. With it being so cold, I'm wearing a big jacket. Something
그렇죠.
like that. Yeah. Because it's so cold, I'm wearing a big jacket.
맞습니다. Because it is so cold 대신에 with it being so cold라고 말한 거죠. 이런 형태로 자유자재로 만들 수 있어야 되는데 자 여기서는 with most space missions 이게 주어고 launching 이게 동사예요. 그래서 대부분의 우주선 발사 space mission이라는 거는 우주 미션이라고 그냥 번역하면 좀 이상한 것 같아요. 우주선 발사죠. Launches that you like the spaceship launches.
Launches, right. And then they have missions that they do after they get in space.
That's right. 그래서 우주선 그 우주에 가는 미션 자체가 플로리다 타이러스빌?
Titusville.
네, 타이러스빌인데 찾아보니까 또 티투스빌이라고 써 있는 것도 있더라고요. 그래서 이렇게 한번 써봤고 여기에서 이루어졌기 때문에 어땠다 그 다음에 나올 텐데요. 이 부분 다시 확인하겠습니다.
I was raised in Florida, and with most space missions launching out of Titusville, Florida. I was raised in Florida, and with most space missions launching out of Titusville, Florida.
I was able to watch rocket launches in my backyard. I was able to watch rocket launches in my backyard.
이든 씨가 이거 읽어줄 때 backyard 이렇게 좀 강조했었어요.
Backyard, yeah.
Because it's something special. Like being able to see spaceships launching into the sky.
From your backyard
네.
is a very, very special thing. And we do that a lot. We put emphasis on things that are special or interesting.
그렇죠. It's a big deal.
It is.
Yeah. 저는 뭐 우주선 발사 한 번도 본 적 없지만 실제로 만약 어디 특별히 가서 보는 거 아니고 집에 가만히 있는데 보인다면
Yeah.
정말 친구들한테 자랑할 수 있을 것 같아요.
Of course.
I was able to watch. 저는 볼 수 있었습니다. Look하고 다르게 이제 watch는 좀 어느 정도 과정을
Right.
지켜보는 거죠.
You're like following. You're just not like, look over there. Oh, done. But if you're watching something, you're continuously, like for a while.
For a
right?
while. 한동안 보는 겁니다. 그래서 watch rocket launches in my backyard. launch가 지금 두 번째 쓰이고 있는데 lunch하고 헷갈리지면 안 되겠습니다.
Right. They are very similar.
Yeah.
So let's look at the next sentence. My dad would take me up on the roof. My dad would take me up on the roof.
아빠가 뭘 하셨냐면 would take me up on the roof. would는 이제 과거에 반복적으로
Right.
했던 것을 말하고 take 하면 데려가 준 거죠. 데려왔다. 반대말로 이제 bring이고 데리고 가버렸다. take. 네.
Right.
그래서 take me up on the roof. 네. 위로 올라가서 지붕 위로 즉 지붕 위로 데리고 올라가셨고 and
let's take a look at the clip.
And I was so fascinated to see the rockets blasting off into space. And I was so fascinated to see the rockets blasting off into space.
Okay. Let's take a look at it and I'll read it for you. And I was so fascinated to see the rockets blasting off into space.
네. blasting off 하고 이제 into가 좀 섞였어요.
Right.
그래서 blasting off
into.
off into 이렇게 들리는 부분이 있었는데 내용을 보자면 I was so fascinated 저는 마음을 빼앗겼어요. My heart was taken.
Wow.
네, 매료된 거죠. 그래서 I was so fascinated to see A to B. A가 B 하는 것을 보는 것이 이제 fascinating 했다는 이야기죠. 그래서 로켓가 blasting off. blast off가 무슨 뜻이죠?
Yeah, blast means just taking off. Taking off. When it's launched, it blasts off. There's
그렇죠.
fire, so it poof. It's a takeoff.
blast가 원래 이제 폭발,
Right, explosion.
네, 폭발을
explosion.
가리키는데 take off가 보통 비행기가
Right.
이륙하는 거잖아요.
Right.
그런데 비행기는 폭발이 없이 그냥 물론 엔진 속에서만 폭발이 있겠지만 이렇게 갈 거 아니에요.
It takes off.
Yeah.
But the rocket ships, because they have like fire in the back, and they poof, then we say that that's blasting off.
맞아요. 우주선이 테이크 오프 했다고 해서 틀린 말은 아닌데
Right.
그 푸하 하면서 폭발 굉음과 함께 올라가니까 blast off 많이 쓰고 그래서 blasting off into space 우주 속으로 날아가는 것을 보는 것이 fascinating 해서 저는 fascinated 되었다라는 이야기였습니다.
Okay, let's take a look at that two more times.
And I was so fascinated to see the rockets blasting off into space. and I was so fascinated to see the rockets blasting off into space.
So she was so fascinated that during the summer between 5th and 6th grade,
워낙 fascinated 해서 that 그 결과가 뭐였냐면 during the summer between 5th and 6th grade 5학년과 6학년 사이의 여름방학 때 한국과 미국의 그 학교 체제가 다르니까 학년이 바뀌는 게 여름 지나서죠.
Yeah, so we get like 2-3 months in the summer to just have fun.
I see. 한국이었다면 5학년과 6학년 사이는 당연히 겨울이지만 미국이니까 여름이고요. What did she do then?
I asked my parents to let me go to space camp.
부모님에게 우주 캠프에 가게 해달라고 부탁을 했어요. What's a space camp?
Oh my goodness, it's so much fun. Okay, so we have lots of summer camps where you drop your kids off and they stay somewhere and they just do activities all summer.
I see.
So they take them somewhere and they teach them about space all summer and they do fun activities and they let you even drive like rocket ships. Of course, it's like virtual reality.
Yeah.
It's really fun. I went too.
아 진짜요?
Yeah, but not for a week long. We just did this thing where we went for like a day or so.
아 그렇군요.
Yeah.
메간 선생님도 비슷하게 했는데 그 하루 정도,
Yeah.
하루 이틀 정도
Sorry.
갔었다고 했고.
I was speaking really fast because I was excited.
Yeah, I mean, I'm here to summarize everything you say and translate too. 미국에는 그런 게 많나 봐요. 우주 캠프라고 해서 실제로 우주 비행사들이 해보게 되는 것들을 좀 흉내내보고 그다음에 가상현실이라고 했었죠. Virtual reality이긴 하지만 즉 그 다른 행성에 갔을 때 You said you drove space.
Yeah, we can drive like virtual reality spaceships and
spaceships.
land
오케이,
them.
그러면 우주 비행선 자체도 또 몰아보고 했다고 합니다.
And we get the space food that's like freeze dried, and we
맞아요.
get to put the water in it to rehydrate it and eat it.
그렇군요. 냉동 건조된 그 우주인들이 먹는 식량도
Yeah.
받아서 거기에 이제 물 넣어가지고 먹고 했었다. Interesting. It sounds similar to military food, maybe, because I only have experience with military food.
All right.
Anyway, let's move on.
In the next sentence, we're going to take a look at the clip first.
It was kind of hard at first because it was the first time I had ever been away from my parents. It was kind of hard at first because it was the first time I had ever been away from my parents.
Let's move right into it.
네.
It was kind of hard at first because it was the first time I had ever been away from my parents.
네, 어려운 단어는 하나도 없었어요. 그렇지만 좀 빠르게 말하는 과정에서 그리고 그 좀 구조가 복잡해서 한두 단어 정도 빼먹고 들을 수가 있거든요. 그래서 같이 보자면 It was kind of hard at first. 처음에는 좀 힘들었어요. Because it was the first time. 처음이었기 때문에 I had 이 부분이 특히 안 들렸는데
Yeah.
I'd
ever.
네.
Yeah.
이렇게 됐었죠. I had ever been away from my parents. 부모님과 멀리 떨어져 지내본 것이 처음이었기 때문에 처음엔 힘들었었다. 이제 그 과거 시제였지만 그 전에 한 번도 떨어져 봤었지 않았다 해서
Right.
had ever been 떨어져 봤었던 이런 느낌으로 뒤에 썼죠. Okay, let's hear it two more times.
It was kind of hard at first because it was the first time I had ever been away from my parents. It was kind of hard at first because it was the first time I had ever been away from my parents.
She said it was hard, but I had so much fun learning how to pilot a spaceship.
네, 하지만 저는 우주선을 비행하는 법을 배우는 게 정말 재미있었어요 라는 문장이죠. I had so much fun learning how to pilot. I thought pilot was a noun.
It is a noun as well, but you can also use it as a verb. You can pilot the ship, just
맞아요.
like you drive a car.
그렇죠.
You pilot a ship.
네, 파일럿 하면은 그 비행기 조종사를 말하는 거지만 조종사라는 사람이 하는 일이 뭐죠? 조종하는 거잖아요. 그래서 pilot a spaceship 이렇게
Yeah.
동사로도 쓸 수 있다는 거죠. 그래서 우주선을 비행하는 법을 배우는 것이 너무 재밌었다고 합니다.
And I went on many versions of missions that real astronauts go on.
네, 그 실제 우주 비행사들이 하는 미션들이 있겠죠. Missions that real astronauts go on. You go on a mission. You go on a trip. You go on what else?
An adventure.
Adventure, 여행, 미션, 모험 이런 것들이 다 이제 go on인데 go on
A
vacation.
vacation.
Yes.
Oh.
휴가도 갈 수 있고요. Go on 이런 그
Yeah.
개념을 잘 이해를 하실 수 있으면 좋겠고 이제 그것의 미니 버전을 한 거죠. So she went on many versions of the missions that real astronauts go on.
Go on.
on이 두
Right.
군데 쓰였습니다.
And next she says, the program lasted for 1 week, and at the end, the program lasted for 1 week, and at the end,
이 프로그램은 일주일 동안 지속됐다, 진행되었습니다. And at the end, 그리고 마지막에는 이라는 부분인데 이 부분에서 오늘의 핵심 문장 볼 수 있죠?
yeah,
Okay.
it lasted. And at the end, there was a graduation ceremony where they gave us real astronaut jumpsuits and honorary wings. There was a graduation ceremony where they gave us real astronaut jumpsuits and honorary wings.
네. graduation ceremony가 있었는데 졸업식이 있었는데 거기에서 뭘 했냐면 they라는 것은 그 운영하는 사람들이죠.
The teachers, people there.
Yeah, the people there, people running, the staff.
Yeah, the staff.
네, gave us real astronaut jumpsuit. What's a jumpsuit?
A jumpsuit is like it's not a shirt and a pants separately. It's connected together.
그렇죠.
Right. So the pants and shirt are connected together.
네.
It's one piece, but it's with pants.
맞아요. jumpsuit라고 하면은 그 아이들이 입는 곳은 원지라고 하잖아요. 원지처럼 하나로 되어 있는 거예요. 쭉
Right.
들어가서 발부터 끼우고 쭉 올리면 손 올라갈 수 있는 게 점프수트인데 이걸 줬고 honorary wings를 줬다고 했을 때 명예 날개잖아요. literally translated. 뭐
Right.
진짜로 날개 같은 게 온 게 아니고
It's like
그래서-
a pin,
yeah,
right?
pins.
Because real astronauts, they have like a pin. So I guess they got a version of that, but you know, it's honorary
맞아요.
because they're not real
네.
astronauts.
이런 경우에 honorary wings를 보고 명예 날개라고 오해를 해도 누구도 그 사람을 탓할 수가 없어요. 왜냐하면
Right.
단어 자체에 아무 힌트가 없잖아요. 이럴 때 이제 좋은 것이 이미지 검색. 인터넷에서 이미지 검색해 보시면 날개 모양 이런 거 안 나와요. 다 핀이 보이거든요.
Right.
그러면서 아 저거구나라고 알 수가 있겠죠. 그 다음
The funny thing is, I stopped growing in 6th grade. The funny thing is, I stopped growing in 6th grade.
이제 마지막 마무리가 재밌는데 웃긴 것은 저는 6학년 때까지만 크고 성장을 멈췄다는 거예요. And
So that jumpsuit, I still have it, and it still fits. So that jumpsuit, I still have it, and it still fits.
네, 그 점수트를 아직 가지고 있는데 아직도 몸에 맞아요. Because she never grew.
She never
after
grew.
that. Yeah. Okay, that was an interesting story. Thank you, Eden. Let's review it 2 more times.
All right, let's take a look.
One interesting fact about me is that I am an honorary astronaut. Growing up, I was really interested in science and especially space. I was raised in Florida, and with most space missions launching out of Titusville, Florida, I was able to watch rocket launches in my backyard. My dad would take me up on the roof, and I was so fascinated to see the rockets blasting off into space that during the summer between 5th and 6th grade, I asked my parents to let me go to space camp. It was kind of hard at first because it was the first time I had ever been away from my parents. But I had so much fun learning how to pilot a spaceship, and I went on mini versions of missions that real astronauts go on. The program lasted for a week, and at the end, there was a graduation ceremony where they gave us real astronaut jumpsuits and honorary wings. The funny thing is, I stopped growing in 6th grade, so that jumpsuit, I still have it, and it still fits. One interesting fact about me is that I am an honorary astronaut. Growing up, I was really interested in science and especially space. I was raised in Florida, and with most space missions launching out of Titusville, Florida, I was able to watch rocket launches in my backyard. My dad would take me up on the roof, and I was so fascinated to see the rockets blasting off into space that during the summer between 5th and 6th grade, I asked my parents to let me go to space camp. It was kind of hard at first because it was the first time I had ever been away from my parents. But I had so much fun learning how to pilot a spaceship, and I went on mini versions of missions that real astronauts go on. The program lasted for a week, and at the end, there was a graduation ceremony where they gave us real astronaut jumpsuits and honorary wings. The funny thing is, I stopped growing in 6th grade, so that jumpsuit, I still have it, and it still fits.
All right, thank you so much for sharing your story. It was really, really funny, especially in the end.
Yes.
And now it's time for us to learn some other related vocabulary words. It's time for Street
Smart.